guys, and welcome back to another episode of From the Shadows. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying the series, please do drop a big old like on the video. That would be bloody fantastic. If we could get it to 150, that would be awesome. Even better. Right, let's just jump straight in. Question of the day time. Right, what have we got here? What have we got here? What have we got here? Biggest defeat you've ever had on FM. Okay. Someone said they lost 11-0 here. I think the biggest defeat I've had on FM was probably when I was doing St. Pauli, and I believe we lost 9-1 to Dortmund. I think we lost 9-1 to Dortmund. Or was it Bayern? I can't remember. We had some massive wins, or it might have been 9-2. Not massive wins, massive defeats. But I believe that was probably the worst ones I've had. So if you do have anyone that are worse than that, which I'm sure there are some out there, please do let me know in the comments. And of course, if you do have any ideas for a question of the day, please do drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Right, we've only got 3 games quickly to talk about before we get into the cup final today, which has more importance than I imagined because I forgot about a couple of things. So firstly, the thing I need to remember is that because Bordeaux didn't get into the European places, it goes into the cup. So by getting 6th in the league, we didn't qualify for Europe. We have to beat Bordeaux in the final in order to do that, which is a little bit frustrating. It might have even, I don't know, it's just one of those things really, isn't it? But, you know, we're going to have to really give it our best shot in today's game. So, against Lyon, first game, we managed to get the win, and that's good. It was against a team who are better than us, I'd say, anyway. Nolan Roux gave them the lead, but 57 and Quinton Pereira right into the second half, giving us a well-deserved win. And Park Jae-won actually assisted on both of the goals. So although he may not have scored playing as the striker, he did create both, and that is beautiful. That's sort of Cherry-esque, actually. He's done that a lot for us in the past, so that was good to see. Next up, though, against Bordeaux, despite Cherry being back again, I felt he was lacking a little bit in fitness. He just wasn't that good on the night, and unfortunately, Ayrton Preciado, and then Lutus Albertengo, of course, making it 3-0 before we did get one back, but it just wasn't enough, and the 3-1 defeat. I thought that would cost us, really, because Lille had won their game. But then I remembered, we're playing Lille in the next game, and my God, I kind of wish I'd live-commed this, really, because we basically stole 6th place off them in stoppage time with Saleh Uchan's goal. Oh, my days. Park Jae-won gave us the lead before Eduardo Vargas actually equalised for them. I then got a little bit sort of antsy and made a sort of a spell of substitutions. Well, I didn't actually, that didn't particularly pay off, but I believe it was actually one of our substitutes that set up the goal. So there you go. Saleh Uchan coming into the box, breaking through, late goal, kind of like that one Gape scored in a live com a couple of episodes ago rather. But it got us 6th place in the league, if nothing else. So we're going to finish 6th in the league. And I wondered to myself, why haven't we been given sort of our board budgets for next season? And that is, of course, the reason why. So let's take a quick gander at the squad. Now, Alberto Cherry, of course, with the injury, 35 goals this season. I'm still very pleased with him overall. There's not really much more to add. Barguji, of course, 14 goals, 10 assists, perfect stuff. Aslan, 10 goals, 7 assists. The assists were a little bit lacking, but then I would say he played less games, but he didn't really. He still played 38 games if you count the substitute appearances. Park Jae-won, less goals, but 13 assists. So overall, Barguji with the 24 points, Aslan with 17, and Park Jae-won with 22. So Aslan was the weaker of the 3, and even Pereira actually did better overall with a 19 points. I'm adding up goals and assists. That's what I'm calling points, by the way, of our attacking midfielders. That's how I'm kind of judging them at the moment. So yeah, so not too bad. Top assist, of course, was Park Jae-won and Pereira and Uchan, actually. So not bad from him as well. Gape was 7 and 7. Is a nice balance too. So yeah, we're going to be playing the cup final because it means a lot now. This cup final has got everything riding on it. This decides whether or not we're playing in European football next year, and that's really quite important for me to keep the sort of progression of this save going. They've got, oh my days, they've got Aubameyang up top. That pretty certainly wasn't up top for them earlier in the season. I don't remember him being up top. Or do I? I don't feel like he played against us in the previous live com. But there we go. That's not good at all. But yeah, after this game, of course, we'll be doing a little bit of squad report, and then I'll be taking you through some of my potential signings. Now, unfortunately, Jeremy Frick is back now, so we'll do a quick pick to move some stuff around. So Cherry, Park Jae-won, Aslan, Gape, Uchan, Bulens, Mbar, Urban, Wagner, Ruiz, and Sigrist. On the bench, Frick, Phillips, Luis, Djorkaeff, Sidibe, Pereira, and Barguji. And one thing that is a little bit weird is Al-Qaeda doesn't seem to count as a foreign player, and I can't figure out why. But it doesn't have a foreign symbol next to him, so that's very, very strange. It might just be because we can't register anyone at the moment, but as you can see, where is he? He's disappeared off the face of the earth. Here, Al-Qaeda. There we go, Leandro Al-Qaeda. Look, he's not counted as foreign, even though he's Argentinian. So that's a bit strange. It must just be one of the more perks of this league again. But we're going to get into the game. We're on control, which we went back to after the PSG game. Perhaps I should have maybe gone to counter in the Bordeaux game in the league. They're the favourites. Are we good on this? We are. I don't know. I'm not overly confident like we've lost to them a few times. I think we might have actually lost to them every single time we've played them in the league this season, including at home. But you just never know. You just never know. Maybe the fluidity that we've got in our game will help us now that it's on a neutral venue. I feel like when they were at home in the game we played literally 2 games ago, they were fantastic. And yeah, I swear I don't remember Aubameyang being in that game. Well, here we go. This is all on the line, really. This decides whether or not we get European football next season, basically. Albertango, and it's played into nowhere, and Aubameyang will clear that away. But it's going to be a tough match. I feel like if this game is going to have a winner, it's going to be by the odd goal. It's not going to be an embarrassment. Aubameyang very nearly making me rue my words there with a fantastic strike hitting the post. So 1 shot off target apiece so far. We're getting a lot of the ball. Pass completion is fine, but Preciado, all kinds of space. Ball in, and Aslan clears that nicely, actually. Let's drop right down to us. Gape into Park J1. Cherry's peeled right away to the left-hand side. This isn't a bad idea, and Azimat Marian manages to get the tackle, but this highlight is not done yet. We've clearly started the better, actually. So far, a couple of shots already off. Possession is looking good, pass completion is looking good. To be honest, both teams are completing most of their passes. It's going to be a real tactical battle, this one, and hopefully we can come out on top. And Albertango, what about that for the save? Benjamin Sigurist there has just absolutely bailed us out. That's going to be easily mopped up by Carlos Ruiz, but what a chance that is. As much as we've had more shots than them so far, all the good opportunities we've seen in highlights have been there, so that sort of says a few things. Park J1, can he find a ball to slide one through it? Will he shoot? He does shoot, but Reynet will make the save there. So a first highlight going our way there, but it wasn't particularly a good opportunity, and yet another free kick here. Aslan with the clearance to Park J1 now breaking away, but we should be able to burst forward in numbers. We've got players coming up. Go on, just drop it off to Ruiz. Park J1 has gone past 2 of them there. Will he find a pass? Goes in to Cherry, back out to Park J1. Interesting stuff. Ball in again, all the way through, but nobody there in the end. Ruiz should be able to keep this for us, though, and we can hopefully recycle the possession a bit more now. Aslan, some nice quick football. Uchan, round the corner, it's never going to score from that angle, and he doesn't. But another good opportunity there, at least. We're looking like the better of the 2 sides now. It's starting to come a little bit more our way. Uchan's ball in, cleared away. Should be able to win that again, or at least win the follow. There we go. Park J1, uh-oh, he's lost it. They're going to break on us. Long ball downfield, win that header. Ruiz there with an absolutely fantastic defensive header. He's certainly redeemed himself a little bit, having that after that poor spell where he had some horrific errors, particularly in our live com games. He was awful, but he seems to have got better anyway. Ruiz, ball in, Cherry at the near post, he's going to shoot, and yet again, why do they shoot from those angles? Another good chance goes begging though, and Ruiz with another good cross. But so far so good. I'm actually quite happy. Most of their danger seems, I'll tell you what, they seem quite vulnerable on the counter-attack. Look at this, we've got 4-on-1. Park J1's absolutely skinned his man. He's going to be through on goal here. He has to score. Go on, Park. Yes! Oh my days! That is one of the best runs I've seen from a player on FM this year. Usually they get taken down or they can't go past their man, but what about that from Park J1? He's picked the ball up on the edge of his own area there, I think. I don't know, we might not see it from the highlight, but it looked to me like he picked up on the edge of his own area. He's run all the way down the pitch, taking it round the goal. Oh, a bit lucky there, but puts it in the back of the net. Paris 1, Bordeaux 0. And bear in mind, guys, this is the French Cup final. We could win a trophy. And, oh, an immediate equaliser. God damn it, Lucas Albertango. We've been really good in this first half, though, and I feel like we've got more to come in this game, but damn it, we couldn't hold on. We've been so good so far, but they've had their chances early on, and poor to concede from a corner there, and it looked like Mbar had come off of his post. Not that it'd have made much difference if he was on the post, to be honest. Park J1, though, what a chance what a goal that was from him. Uchan with a long-range free kick, and it's, okay, doesn't even get through. Aslan now has lots of players forward, though. Bulens, Park J1, and there was a chance for a second there, and then 4 clear-cut opportunities in the first half of this game, and we've only taken 1 of them. That's where I'm worried. I feel like this game might have a sting in the tail for us. And Bar now, can he pick a good cross out, or will he just keep possession? Whips it across Cherry, and it's cleared away, but we're still looking very, very good. Gape, we've chosen a good time to come up good. Bar now, nicking into the box, Cherry with the goal. Paris 2, Bordeaux 1, and you can't say we don't deserve it. We've been absolutely fabulous in this game. Where was this in the away match against them a little while ago? Gape out wide to Mbar. This time he does pick a good pass. He's really careful with this, drops it in, and Cherry on the volley. It's 2-1 to Paris FC. Lovely stuff. Let's get to half-time. I don't really know what to say other than keep up the good work, guys. I'm glad we stayed on control for this one. I did consider going on counter, but I just felt, no. Control is what's worked for us in the past, albeit it didn't work in the game against them before. I'm also going to do a concentrate team talk, just to make sure that they are keeping an eye on the ball in this second half. Maybe just be a little bit more careful with our chances in this one. If we can get the 3rd goal, I'd feel pretty confident. Bear in mind, guys, this is a trophy. This will be the first ever trophy in the save, and I'm really, really pleased with that. I mean, in a sense, it's put more, you know, there's a lot more on the line in this game, because if we'd played PSG, yeah, okay, we'd already be in Europe as a result of it, but we wouldn't have a chance of winning the trophy, really, would we? Whereas today, because we're playing a slightly weaker side, well, I say slightly, they're a lot weaker than PSG, we've got more of a chance. I'm going to say Pereira. No, wait. I'm going to go with Luis for the central striker role. I think he's better. Pereira's more of a creative talent, so we'll go with that for now. But yeah, I feel like this has given us a chance. It was more of a risk, because obviously, you know, we lose and that's nothing for us next year. But if we win, we get European football and a trophy, our first one of the entire save. So there's a lot on the line. They've not offered much in this game, to be honest. It has to be said, they've not offered a great deal. And I'm thinking, just to sort of top things off here, perhaps getting Pereira on just as in the midfield here, just replace Dominic Gate with him, and I might actually get Aslan off as well. No, I'm not going to be overdoing it here. I was going to think about Djorkaeff. If we were 3-1 up, I may have done it, but at the moment I just want to make sure, in case we get a late sub or a late injury or a late red card or something, that we've got ourselves covered. Please don't concede an equaliser now. Oh God, get out to your man! Oh no, oh, what about that? Siegrist just... he saved us again. If we win this cup, I'm dedicating it to Benjamin Siegrist, frankly, because he's made 2 worldies of saves so far. Aubameyang win that header. Wagner does brilliant in there. Buelen's now, and we should just be able to kill out the last 30 seconds here. Pereira, Luis, and we deserve it. Based on the stats of this game, we've deserved to win it. Don't screw it up now. Aubameyang should just be able to control this and spread it out wide to Ruiz, who, takes it round his man. Nicely done. But then does concede possession. We've got 10 seconds to go until we are not champions of France, but we've won the French Cup, and that's a big deal. That really is a huge deal to do that at this stage in the save when we really start. There we go. Paris FC 2, Grignon, or however it's pronounced, Bordeaux 1, and fantastic stuff. I'm really, really ecstatic with that. So pleased. First trophy of the save. That's probably the earliest I've won a trophy into one of these sort of long saves. Pompey took years. Well, obviously this has taken years too, but I'm very, very pleased with that. Paris FC 2, Bordeaux 1, we're champions. Champions of the trophy, of course. Let's see what the board's expectations are. Oh, that's weird. Okay, board. Okay, they're pleases board, that's good. Wow, they're actually really happy there. Ruiz is on form. We're qualified for the Europa League. Yep. I'm just going to skip one more day, so we can see if they've announced the budgets for next season, so that way you guys can see it, because we're only like 12 minutes into this episode, so I've still got some stuff to show you. Don't worry about that. Right guys, that sorry, that took a little bit longer, and for some reason they still haven't set the yeah, so I don't know why that's happened. Look, we've still only got 3 million here and no wage budget at the moment, so I'm a little bit confused as to why that is. But anyway, time to show you some other things. Now we'll do a squad report first, then I'll quickly go through some of my other targets. I'm just going to turn off the under 19, so we'll concentrate on the first team for now, shall we? Yeah. Hopefully my mouse will start working. There we go. So this is Park J1, of course. Still improving. He's 23 years old. I don't think he's going to get much better than he is, but he's got some fantastic stats anyway, doesn't he, really? Quinton Pereira, again, he's 29, so he is starting to be on the way down, but he's had a really, really good season. Probably one of his best seasons ever for us. That jumping reach, though. Brian Phillips got a little bit more to improve, and I think he might be able to reach it. I'm just not entirely sure about him now. Carlos Ruiz, I still think there's more to come from this lad. He's fantastic. He's had some poor games for us, of course. He's a bit of a cult hero, though, at the same time, so that's always important. Salih Uchan, still got a few more seasons in him yet, I think, and that lovely moustache is a joy to behold. Sebastian Wagner, with his eyes incredibly close together, he could become a fantastic defender for us. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I think next year is his time to shine. He's played 15 games for us this season, but I think next year he's going to be a starter. Herve Sidibe probably could be his centre-back partner. I'm not entirely sure yet, but I think he's certainly going to be right up there. He's played 5 games as well. Benjamin Siegrist, he's still a good goalkeeper, but I feel like we need someone to come in, and I'm looking at that in the summer. Gaston Souza has not really played many games this year, but I still think there's certainly something to behold from him if we can get the right... Yeah, basically. Petter 10 will be leaving at the end of this season. He's good, but he's not quite Carling, basically. Leandro Alcaide, again, he's brand new, and I think next year he may get some game time for us. We'll register him, hopefully, and get some games out of him. Fauzi Baguji, what a player he's been for us this year. Out of nowhere, he's been superb, and I cannot thank him enough for his contribution to our season. Joachim Buelen's, of course, still improving, but he does seem to have reached a bit of a plateau now at 22. So I do wonder if over time, Matas is going to slowly overrate him. Cantini will probably be playing very few games for us next year. He's just not good enough anymore. In fact, I might try to move him on in the summer if I can, just to get some money for him. Alberto Cherry, of course, you know, what more can I say about Alberto? He's a fantastic player, and hopefully he'll stay for a little bit longer. Of course, Jean-Claude Djorkaeff, he's had some time out on loan, and I'm not entirely sure about him anyway. Still worth 2.1 million, so I think maybe cashing in on him wouldn't be such a bad idea. It's a shame because he's one of our youth products. Aslan, still got plenty to go with him. I think he's got, well, clearly he's still got more potential than he has there. Hopefully he can have a slightly less disrupted season, and that will hopefully give us a bit more out of him. Jeremy Frick is our backup goalkeeper who never plays, although did play a couple of games. He'll be gone in the summer as well, because I look to try and bring in some younger goalkeepers that can start to improve over time. Dominic Gape, did I give him an extension? I swear I didn't give him an extension. Oh, maybe his contract expires 1 year from now. Okay, so we've got Dominic Gape for another year. All good. That's really strange, though. I swear I didn't... Well, he's on the same money, so I definitely didn't give him an extension. So unless it triggered one, maybe he got a contract extension triggered by something in the contract. I don't know. Although I think it would have told me, wouldn't it? Paciencia, of course, just his injury worries have kept him out from being a player with us, really. Hugo, again, will probably be moving on in the summer. Yaroslav Kolar, he's one for the future, of course. Might actually put him into the reserves and get him out on loan next season, of course. Luis, look at that, he's 3.5 stars already. He's only 18. Next year, I think is going to be a breakout season for him. And Josip Matas, again, I think over time he will probably overtake Joachim Bulens as our #1 defensive midfielder, but he's still got a lot to learn from him. Abraham and Barr, you got to love the guy, really, and I think he's going to be our first choice fullback next year, unless something drastic happens. Noah Mercier, again, will get more game time next year, I think, so that's good for him. Masavu King probably might move on in the summer as well. Johan and Villa is another one that will almost certainly move on in the summer. Oban, I'm probably going to let him go, just because I feel like we can do better, and I'm going to try and clear up some space in the squad, basically. And there we go. So basically what I'm going to show you now, this is my little shortlist, essentially. Now, obviously, I've turned off the realistic transfer thing, so my assistant is not bringing... These players may or may not even want to join us. Some of them, of course, have already signed contracts. So Ortiz is already joining us, so really he doesn't need to be on the shortlist anymore. I don't know why he's still on it, actually. Is he still being scouted? No, he's not. Okay, we'll remove him from the shortlist. But these are the players that I've sort of identified so far. So Yago Stera, I'm probably not going to go in for now. He was at... Who was he at? He was at Penarol, and I was interested in him then because I thought he might have had something about him and might have been a good addition as a left back. But the problem is now that he's at River, I think we might struggle to get him for a decent price, and he may not want to come here anyway. So he might be off the table. Who else have I got? I'm just not doing this in order because there's some other players. Rodrigo Ledesma is another one, but I feel like, again, with him being at Olympiacos now, he might struggle. I don't know when he moved to Olympiacos. He moved from PS... wait, when did he move? Well, he's been there for a while, actually. Look at that. We could have picked... I mean, look at this guy. I think he's a pretty solid player as well, but not just looking at stats here, of course. That's the key. So the players... Another one, actually, Fioravante, is at Groningen, and I'm actually not that sure about him at all. He had 4-star before, but now it's sort of, like, drifting a little bit away. But the ones I'm most interested in... So this is Sendley Riviere. Really, really excited about him. He could play in the centre mid and as a defensive midfielder if we need to. I would like to try and bring this lad in. I know he's at RZ Alkmaar, but I just wonder if we could snipe this guy away. I think he's a good one for us to try and sign. As far as I know, he doesn't have any big problems. No intention of joining our club. You say that, but money talks. You know, that's the thing. Ignore what your coaches say. If you want a player, go after them. Give them a bit more money, and sometimes they will come anyway. It's what I did with quite a few of the players that have joined us. I think I did it with Aslan. So then there's Kayes Hamami, who I'm almost certain will join us. He's a central defender. He's another one from Tunisia. I think he's actually at our affiliate club, so I'm almost certain to try and pick this lad up because we could probably get him for about $500,000. Definitely worth getting in, I feel. Next up, we've got Hussein Albay. Another left back. This guy's Turkish, 1.7 million, 20 years old, fantastic facial condition in terms of the hair and whatnot, but I just wonder how much they'll want for him. So I might try and bring him in as well. Not entirely sure yet. There might be other players that I've not found yet, but yeah. Milan Obradovic is at Maribor, but he's on loan, I believe, from Partizan. So I feel like there might be something there as well, potentially. I'm not entirely sure yet. I don't know if he's fully scouted yet. Is he fully scouted? Yeah, he is. Might have some issues there, but I don't know, I feel like, ooh, okay, we may have to look into some of these, but it depends on how much money we get. Francois, he's actually already joined us. I've already signed him up, although he hasn't joined us yet. I got him on like a pre-contract thing, although I'm not so sure about him now. Why do we not know his penalty taking stat? That's really bizarre. Have we got... He's 100% scouted. He has no penalty taking stat. But the goalkeeper I'm looking at now, ignore the stars here, because I think that Sajid Mohammed actually has some quite nice stats. So actually, sweeper keeper role. I just feel like he could potentially become a decent player. He's got some of those sort of stats I think he quite like, and his determination is really quite solid, so I'm hoping that will allow him to really get his head down and work for us. You know, he does need to learn the language, but I don't know. Not a worthwhile signing. I don't really agree. Something about him I just really quite like, and I'm going to try and bring him in. Obviously, I'll bring in some other players. So there we go. That's kind of a little look at what I'm going to be trying to do over the summer. Hopefully, some of these guys will join us. If not, we'll have to go and find some more players. So, guys, if you like what you've seen, please do drop a big old like on this video. We've won the Cup, and we're going to the Europa League next season. I really think there's a good chance of us doing something next year in the league. So, if you'd like to even more than that, please do subscribe to my channel for more Outcaster icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every other day at 7 o'clock. And I'll see you guys in the next episode where we've got all kinds of transfer goodies, as well as probably some Europa League stuff coming up. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.